How you compose yourself for any form of interview will definitely be the gateway to either being approved or denied. And so this should be top priority for you, especially for those who are preparing for the US visa interviews. Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel again. My name is Kweku Ediama Ansa. If you're yet to join the family, hurry up, quickly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also like and share with friends and family, people you think they would need to watch this video. But as I always tell you, I am not a counselor, neither am I an expert in this field. I'm just sharing my experiences with you. Let's get right into today's topic. Today we're talking about composure for your US visa interview. And so I will be outlining some of the things you need to look out for when you get ready for your visa interview. Let's start off and talk about the fear factor. Now, the fear factor is key because mostly before we even go into the interview rooms, we may have heard of a number of stories of why people were denied their visas. Well, it is true that a number of people lose out in getting the experience to travel to the US for a plethora of reasons. But have you also asked yourself, how come others also sail through beautifully? Well, that could be an advantage to you because everything is psychological even before you approach the interview well. Because if you are already stuck here with so much fear, obviously you will not be able to articulate well when you ask the questions, and you might even miss out on salient things you need to pay attention to. So the first thing is to kill that fear factor. You need to kill that, and I'll be showing you what I did to kill that. Well, the very first thing for you to look out for is your documents, because this is your tool and this is what you're going to use to prove that you want to go to the US for a number of reasons that you know for sure. So your documents on that day should be intact. And I say intact because your DS-160, for instance, your appointment confirmation page, your payment of the US visa interview, if it's a service fee, amongst others, all need to be a part of the documents you take there to the interview. You do not need to leave any of these out and other documents that you'll be using to support your visa application at home, because that is like your weapon. It is your weapon in this situation. You need to go there with all your documents. Well, so in order not to forget anything, I arranged my documents in a certain way. I used the clear bag just so I could identify immediately, not to struggle with it. And also, I labeled all my documents by using different colors of clips to clip my documents. So for my DS-160 confirmation, I knew that the red was my DS-1 confirmation. So immediately I look at the color of the clip, I could just pick it up. And I think that helped because, mostly the interviewers do not have so much time for you. So you need to be ready for the interview so that they don't waste so much time. And you need to look very confident, and all these things come up. Apart from that, you also need to look good. When I say look good, it doesn't mean you should go and wear a suit or a jacket or a long sleeves before you look good, depending on what reason you're there. So if you're a footballer and you've gotten a contract in the US and so you are coming for your interview, you don't need to look or to be dressed up in a long sleeves. You can wear a jersey, just to signify the work you do, and I think that's basic. That's it. If you are a security agent, you can wear your uniform to go for it. If your kind of job does not really have a specific uniform, just look the part, basically. And you need to look confident, and so anything that makes you very comfortable is what you need to wear on that very day. It is very difficult to calm your nerves during the interview time. I won't lie to you. When you reach the outside of the premises, it is, you see a number of people there and you tend to wonder, are you going to get your visa today or not? But this should be your perception. This should be your mindset that I am taking my visa by hook or crook. If it doesn't go well, that's fine. But you should have that mindset going into the interview. And you need to calm your nerves. How are you going to do that? For me, I was singing all along and I was also praying all along. Christians, so we believe in prayer. I remember I could pray so hard that one of the guys who was also in the queue going to be interviewed had to turn, and then he looked at me and was like, "Charlie, you are really ready to take this visa?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not going without it." I was singing at some point, and this is one thing I did. You know, the interview room that's for the Ghana, the US Embassy, is like a hall, so you can clearly hear what is happening, especially for some people. So you can hear whether the person has been bounced or has been denied or has been approved. And so I didn't want to hear so much of that because I was hearing people being denied their visas, and I was like, oh God, what is going to happen to mine? But I just placed it in my head that, well, there's no need for me to even listen to them. So I was just singing my own song in my head. I was even looking at that direction, trust me, until I got closer, that I paid attention to what was happening so that I am in the right frame of mind. One other thing I'll say is that take a deep breath. It is difficult, but you need to take a deep breath. When you do that, it calms your nerves. So it's like that calms your nerves. It doesn't mean that the nervousness would go, but at least it will do something to you. And this is the trick I took. Immediately I got to the interviewer, I was the first person to greet or to say hi. When you do that, you're able to let out something. So that pressure is taking off. Then you can flow. You get it. And one other thing is that do not feel embarrassed. Do not feel that it is out of place to ask the interviewer to slow down the pace at which the interviewer is speaking. You know, the accent of the Americans is quite difficult for some people to comprehend or to catch up quickly. So in my head, I was ready to tell the interviewer that please can you slow it down for me if I was struggling to hear her. But fortunately I was hearing her. So I think that was fine. But there are some of them who speak very fast, and because they are fluent in their language, it tends to be a difficulty for us. So don't feel shy to ask. I understand you can even ask for a translator if you do not understand English language, so into your local dialect. If there is someone to translate for you, hooray, then you can do that. When you are answering your questions, take your time and answer. It is true that you want to be as fast or as quick as possible so that the interviewer does not lose the focus on you. But in as much as you want to do that, be comfortable in answering your questions. Well, I hope that all this information and my experiences I have shared here would be of great importance to you. But if you have any questions, you know what to do. Kindly comment or leave your question or your message in the comment box, and I'll read and also reply you later on. But I wish you all the best if you are about to go in for your visa interview. And trust me, you will do well. And that's it for today's episode. My name is Kwekwe Diama, and thanks for watching.